Gabriel Matos here, and I wanted to share with everyone one of my favorite ways of intaking my bone broth weekly. It is the bone broth risotto. So continue listening. I'm going to show you quickly how to cook it, and then I'm going to give you briefly the benefits of why you should be intaking bone broth. Alright, here I'm going to add bone broth. Always pick a bone broth that is most natural as possible. So try to avoid any bone broths that have like synthetic flavoring or any other ingredients. You should only see there extracted bone broth, maybe some salt, and that's pretty much it. Anything else or any other flavors that you want in the bone broth, you can add it yourself. You shouldn't be buying bone broth that is not 100% and plain. Throw it in there in the bowl. Alright, I just threw in 10 ounces of bone broth. Once the bone broth reaches a bubbling point, I'm going to throw in the rice. Here, it's bubbling up now, so I'm going to put the rice in right now. Here I have 3/4 of a cup of rice, uncooked rice. And here I'm using jasmine rice in this one. Right here, it's about to be at that point that we're going to cover it. Remember that we don't want it to go too dry, because that way we allow the broth to be thick, to be very moist, and it will give the rice more volume of liquid, and that's going to make the risotto a lot more smoother, a lot more spongier. And that's what risotto is for. It has to be spongy, it cannot be dry. Okay, I'd say that is about right. Now I'm going to cover it up. Now I'm going to bring the temperature down to low fire. And I'll just let it sit there for about 10 minutes. Just wanted to say that it looks pretty cool how the bubbles come out inside the pot as we're waiting for those 10 minutes. Five more minutes. It's a little bit tender on the inside. Just 5 minutes, and that's all it needs. This is awesome. It is completely done. Now comes the extra final ingredient. Okay, now we come with the last final ingredient. I'm gonna add homemade ghee butter. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons, one for me and one for my wife, because the amount of risotto that I'm making is for 2 people. Alright, our risotto is done. It has the ghee butter in it. I can smell it all the way out. It smells really, really good. Very, very yummy. Remember everyone, I highly recommend that when you eat rice, always eat it hot. And for that reason, always use a glass bowl, because glass will keep the heat for a longer period of time. Okay, I'm gonna have there about a fourth of a cup. Looks good. Alright, now I'm going to add the final ingredient. I'm going to add Parmesan. I'm going to put 2 spoons of it, 2 big spoons. Put it right there on the top. Whoop, I spilled some Parmesan there. Hope you guys don't mind. And then I'm going to salt it up with iodized salt. Alright. Looks good. It's ready to eat. Now, I'm gonna go take this to my wife. I'll be right back. Consuming bone broth is very beneficial. It contains a lot of collagen, which is a primary protein. It also has vitamin A and K, also manganese, boron, omega-3 and 6, and selenium. These are the primary ingredients that are rich in bone broth. I highly recommend that when you select your bone broth, you can make it yourself with bone, boiling bone, or when you buy it at the store, try to get a bone broth that is more pure. Avoid bone broths that have other ingredients in there, especially ones that add flavor to them or too much preservatives. Try to keep a bone broth that is just natural. The rice is a food that is very easily digestible by your stomach. It doesn't create any gas and it doesn't create any side effects up to my knowledge of today. And then the bone broth is crucially important because your stomach likes it. It's very good for the gut health, especially the tissue around your gut. Now that you have a cool way of consuming the bone broth, now use it. Tell me about it, write it on the comment section below. There are many ways of making this risotto. This is just a base, what I just made. It's just basically putting the rice and the bone broth. You can get creative with this. You can also add the other vegetables that you like to consume with it. You can also add some beef to it, or chicken, or any other protein that you want. You can also mix it in with other ingredients, like kind of like Chinese mixed rice with something, you know? Hey, that's just a base. Remember that foods are an endless ocean of recipes. There are many ways that you can make it. Now, what are these two foods that we're eating in the risotto bone broth? It's basically rice and bone broth. Always look at foods by their ingredients, and when you mix them together, they don't change. You're just making them better for you to eat. You need to have flavor, remember that. Well everyone, that is it. I just wanted to show you a cool recipe. Try to add it in. If you want to say some comments, comment freely in the comment section below. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if there's other things I can put on, if you want me to add any other videos that you would like me to make for you. Let me know, put it in the comment section below. Remember everyone, always eat delicious and nutritious. Always train as athletic as you can, and always rest as much as you can. Until next time everyone, be your best from the ground up.